Today we're looking at the Parthenon. Hello, welcome to the Daily Bellringer World History. Please don't forget to subscribe and take a look at the questions down in the description. Also, don't forget to check out dailybellringer.com, where you'll find more resources that go with many of the Bellringer videos. The ancient Greek civilization thrived from roughly 2000 BC through 300 BC and was primarily focused on the Balkan Peninsula and surrounding islands in the Mediterranean Sea in what is today southern Europe. Ancient Greece did not have one single government. Rather, it was a collection of city-states that shared the same language and worshipped the same gods. Although most of the buildings and structures built by the ancient society have been destroyed or simply fallen apart due to the passage of time, some foundations and parts of these buildings remain, and by far the most recognized and famous structures of the ancient Greek civilization was the Parthenon. Today, I am here in front of a replica or copy of the original Parthenon located in Centennial Park in Nashville, Tennessee. But the original Parthenon sat atop the Acropolis in the ancient city-state of Athens. The Parthenon was a temple built in honor of the Greek goddess of wisdom, art, literature, and war, Athena. The city-state of Athens takes its name from Athena. The Parthenon was built from 447 BC to 438 BC, with the construction taking place during the rule of Pericles. The Parthenon was designed by the ancient Greek sculptor Phidias and architects Iktinos and Kallikrates. Together they were tasked with building a temple in the typical Greek Doric style, which meant several large columns supporting a triangular roof. This style would be mimicked by the ancient Romans and is still a heavy influence on many government buildings today. The construction of the Parthenon required thousands of laborers and craftspeople to accomplish the feat. It is believed that the future philosopher Socrates was among thousands of workers working on the project. 20,000 tons of marble were mined from quarries outside of Athens, then carried by horse and oxen-pulled wagons to the construction site. In an age without electricity or large powered machinery, Greek engineers devised systems of pulleys and cranes to hoist massive marble pieces into place. In all, it's estimated that over 13,000 stones were used in the construction of the temple. The Parthenon included 46 outer columns and 19 inner columns, with each column being 34 feet tall and 6 feet in diameter. Above the columns going around the exterior of the building were 92 metopes, which were square sculptures depicting scenes of Athens' history. Most were scenes of mythical battles between gods, giants, centaurs, or action from the Trojan War. Then, above the metopes, in the triangular section supporting the roof, were more sculptures in what is known as the Pediment. At the main entrance to the Parthenon, the Pediment sculpture depicted the birth of Athena. On the other end of the building, the Pediment depicted a battle between Athena and Poseidon, the Greek god of the sea, to take control of the region where the city-state of Athens sat. When completed, the entire Parthenon was 228 feet long, 101 feet wide, and 64 feet tall. Inside the Parthenon was a nearly 40-foot tall statue of Athena. The statue was carved from wood and covered in nearly 2,000 pounds of gold. In Athena's right hand was a 6-foot tall statue of Nike, the Greek goddess of victory. The original massive statue has been lost to history, but several smaller reproductions were made that still exist to this day. Running along the walls of the interior was a frieze, which again were more sculptures depicting stories from Athens' mythical past. For almost 1,000 years, the Parthenon stood as a Greek temple worshiping Greek gods. But in the 6th century AD, the Byzantine Empire conquered the region. They converted the Parthenon into a Christian church. Then in 1458 AD, the Ottoman Empire took control and converted the Parthenon into a Muslim mosque. 200 years later, in 687, an alliance of European Christian nations surrounded Athens and laid siege to the Ottomans still there. The Parthenon was bombarded by cannon fire and suffered significant damage. For the next few centuries, artifacts and sculptures from the Parthenon were taken, many being put on display in various museums throughout Europe. In the 1820s, more fighting occurred around the Parthenon as the Greek people fought for independence from the Ottoman Empire. Years of fighting, looting, and the effect of time left the original Parthenon in ruins. In the 1970s, reconstruction and preservation efforts began to be put in place to preserve what was left of the famous structure. Although much of it is gone today, the Parthenon remains an important symbol of the great civilization that constructed it and the ingenuity and technology developed by the people of the ancient world. So with that, hopefully you learned something, and thanks for watching.